Today's math lesson is 11.6. Turn to page 735 and we'll take a look at today's essential question. Today's essential question is, how do you use the number of sides and angles to sort a two-dimensional shape? So by using two-dimensional shapes today, we're going to count the number of sides and angles and sort them into groups. We're going to skip page 735 today, since we don't have blocks to use on that page. And let's turn to page 736. Now that you've turned to page 736, let's take a look at the top and the examples they provided for us. Which shapes match the rule? Shapes with more than 3 sides. So looking at the 5 shapes they've given us, they want us to circle shapes that have more than 3 sides. I see 2 triangles, each having 3 sides, and they've so nicely gone ahead and circled the shapes that have more than 3 sides. Got parallelogram, a rectangle, and a hexagon. In the next example, they want us to circle shapes with fewer than 5 angles. So in our first example over here, we were looking at the sides, and over here we're going to be looking at the angles. So they've gone ahead and circled the triangles because triangles only have 3 angles. And they circled the square because that has 4 angles. And they did not circle the hexagon or the pentagon because they each have 5 angles. Remember, angles are where the 2 sides meet, and we indicate angles by putting these little curvy lines where the 2 lines meet. All right, let's do the next 4 together. Number 1, they want us to circle shapes with 5 sides. If you like, go ahead and press pause right now on the video and circle shapes with 5 sides, and then you can check your answers with me. All right, now let's go ahead and circle the shapes with 5 sides. A pentagon has 5 sides, but a triangle only has 3. What about this pentagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So we'll go ahead and circle that. A rectangle only has 4. And what about this weird looking shape? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, another pentagon. So we can go ahead and circle that shape as well. All right, let's take a look at number 2. Shapes with more than 3 angles. Now we're looking for angles. So if you need to, pause the video right now and go ahead and circle the shapes that have more than 3 angles. Okay, let's see how you did with number 2. We had to circle shapes that had more than 3 angles. I hope you circled the trapezoid, because that has 4. I see a triangle, so we won't circle that one. Got a hexagon, that's got 6 sides, so 6 angles. Another triangle, and then we have a rhombus, which looks like a diamond. Did you circle those 3? I'm sure you did. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3, they want us to circle the shapes with fewer than 4 angles. So we need to circle shapes that have less than 4 angles. What about this hexagon? Does that have less than 4 angles? No, it does not. So we'll leave that one alone. Triangle has fewer than 4 angles. It only has 3. So we can circle this triangle as well. Here we have a trapezoid that's got 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we want fewer than 4, so we're not going to circle that one. And again, another triangle. And let's now take a look at number 4. Here they want us to circle shapes with fewer than 5 sides. If you'd like to pause the video at this point and do this one on your own, go ahead and do so, and then we'll check our answers. All right, let's check our answers. Shapes with fewer or less than 5 sides. Triangles have less than 5 sides. They've only got 3. And I've got 2 triangles. A square has fewer than 5 sides, so I'll circle that one as well. Here I've got a hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I won't be circling that one. And here I've got a pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that does not have fewer than 5 sides. It has exactly 5 sides. So I won't be circling that one. Did you get all of those right? If you did, good job. Thumbs up. All right, you can turn the page in your Go Math workbook to page 737, or you don't have to turn. You can just look at the page on the right. All right, you're going to do numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8 by yourselves, circling the shapes that they tell you to based on how many sides they have or how many angles. And then for number 9, if you like, you can pause this video and watch the Math on the Spot video by scanning the QR code and then attempting number 9, which says draw 3 shapes that match the rule. Circle them. Then draw 2 shapes that don't match the rule. So you're going to draw 3 shapes and then circle 2 shapes that don't match the rule. And the rule is shapes with fewer than 5 angles. So go ahead and press pause, and then when you're ready to check your answers, you can continue the video. All right, time to check your answers. For number 5, you had to circle shapes that match the rule, shapes with 4 sides. So you wanted to circle all the quadrilaterals, whether they be a rectangle, or a rhombus, or a parallelogram, but not triangles. For number 6, shapes with more than 4 angles. Well, a quadrilateral has only 4 sides, so that means it has 4 angles, so you wouldn't circle that one. A hexagon has 6 sides, so that has 6 angles, more than 4. This pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angles. Another pentagon. And a triangle only has 3. Let's take a look at number 7. Shapes with fewer or less than 4 angles. Triangle has less than 4 angles, so I'll circle all 3 of the triangles. Then we've got a rectangle that has 4 angles, so that's not less than 4. We won't circle that one. And we've got a pentagon that has 5 angles, so we'll leave that one alone too. Let's take a look at number 8. Shapes with fewer than 5 sides. All right, a rectangle has fewer than 5 sides. It's only got 4. Same with a trapezoid. Same with a rectangle. What about this shape? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon. That's got more than 5. And here is another hexagon. So we won't circle that one either. All right, well, let's take a look at number 9. Did you watch the Go Math or the Math on the Spot video? I hope you did. For number 9, we had to draw 3 shapes that match the rule, and then circle them. Then draw 2 shapes that don't match the rule. All right, so 3 shapes that match the rule, and the rule is shapes with fewer than 5 angles. So I know a cube has less than 5 angles, so I'll draw that. A triangle has less than 5 angles, and a rectangle has less than 5 angles. And I'll go ahead and circle them, because all 3 of these shapes have less than or fewer than 5 angles. Did you draw the shapes that I drew, or did you draw something different? That also worked. All right, now let's draw the 2 that we won't circle. Now we need to draw shapes that have 5 or more angles. So we could draw a pentagon, one, two, three, four, 5, and maybe a hexagon. And we're not going to circle them because they do not have fewer than 5 angles. This one has 5 angles, and the hexagon has 6. All right, let's turn to page 738 in your Go Math workbook. And let's take a look at number 10. They want us to sort the shapes. Use red to color the shapes with more than 4 sides. Use blue to color the shapes with fewer than 5 angles. If you like to, you can pause the video and go ahead and complete this number. And then when you're ready to check your answers, press play. All right, let's complete this. Use red to color the shapes with more than 4 sides. Well, a pentagon has more than 4 sides. It has 5. Here's a hexagon. Another pentagon. And I think that does it for shapes with more than 4 sides. Now you need to use blue to color shapes that have fewer or less than 5 angles. Triangles have less than 5 angles. I'm going to go ahead and color in all the triangles, whether they be equilateral triangles, or isosceles triangles, or scalene triangles. A rhombus only has 4 sides, so that means it's got fewer than 5 angles. Rectangle, fewer than 5 angles. And a rhombus, fewer than 5 angles. Does your work match my work? I hope it does. All right, now let's go down and check out the next problem. For number 11, we're going to draw each shape where it belongs in the chart. One column of the chart, we will draw shapes with fewer than 5 sides. In the other column of the chart, we'll draw shapes with more than 4 sides. If you would like to at this time, pause the video, complete the chart, and when you're ready to check your answers, press play. All right, let's go ahead and complete the chart. All right, shapes with fewer than 5 sides. That would be the triangle and the square. And shapes with more than 4 sides would be the hexagon and the pentagon. At this time, you'll now complete your homework page. Turn to pages 739 and 740, complete them, then take a photo of each page and post it on Seesaw. And this concludes today's math lesson. See ya!